Blue ABC Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
Coming up, the death of a NASCAR racing legend in the season's inaugural race. And President Bush puts the small town of Crawford, Texas in the national spotlight.
This is the News 8 Update.
After the accident and turn 4 at the end of the Daytona 500, we've lost Dale Earnhardt.
The NASCAR world sunk into shock and mourning tonight over the tragic loss of the man who epitomized stock car championship. Good evening, I'm Jeff Brady. Dale Earnhardt Sr. died at Daytona today, a racetrack he knew better than any other driver. It is the Super Bowl of stock car racing on Florida's East Coast, just south of Jacksonville. By NASCAR standards, the wreck looked mild, but the NASCAR world can barely comprehend its result.
I don't like that. That's not the kind of crash. That's the kind of crash that hurts you.
The NASCAR has lost its greatest driver ever, and I personally have lost a great friend.
Earnhardt clipped another driver in the last lap of the race while still battling for position. His Monte Carlo slammed into the wall, wrapped up 2 other cars in the process, and slowed to a stop.
And lucky they didn't take another 6 cars with them.
25 laps earlier, a much more dramatic accident wiped out 18 cars with no major injuries. Paramedics rushed Earnhardt to Halifax Hospital, but doctors say there was little hope.
He was not breathing and had no palpable pulse from the time of the first paramedics' arrival.
At the same time, Michael Waltrip was declared the winner, edging out Earnhardt's own son, Dale Jr., who finished second. But today's tragedy overshadowed everything else.
The world doesn't stop when we lose somebody, even as great as Dale Earnhardt was. The world doesn't stop, and he wouldn't want it to stop. He would want the sport to go on.
NASCAR called Earnhardt the Intimidator and the greatest driver ever. In 1997, he came to the inaugural race of the Texas Motor Speedway and gave reporters his impression of the new Texas track.
Little quirks or things about it that's good and bad, and you know, that's the way it is. And then this racetrack has its own.
But Daytona was his favorite racetrack. Earnhardt had more career victories there than anyone else and won the Daytona 500 itself 3 years ago. Earnhardt's wife, Teresa, was at his side when he died today. In addition, he is survived by 4 children. Dale Earnhardt Sr. was 49 years old. Well, Dale Hansen and the entire Channel 8 sports department have been following the latest developments all night long from Daytona. Dale joins us now with what we can expect tonight on Sports Special. Dale?
Jeff, Texas Motor Speedway General Manager Eddie Gossage was a good friend of Dale Earnhardt's. We talked to him tonight. And morning news columnist Tim Calishaw wrote this morning about the changes made in Winston Cup racing to make it more exciting but more dangerous. And then we see the result of that at Daytona. He joins us from Daytona to talk about the death of Dale Earnhardt. It's a terrible day. Jeff?
Okay, thank you, Dale. It certainly is.